What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Sneaks and Stats, episode 30. First things first, don't forget, subscribe on YouTube, smash the like button if you feel so inclined. We're also on Instagram, check us out there. Follow us on Twitter, which I guess X. I always do that. TikTok. And Threads. Those are the good ones. Those
are pretty good.
Those are pretty good.
Those
are fine.
Do you say Instagram? Instagram's in there.
I said Instagram.
Instagram's in there.
I'm working on our Pinterest account. Our Tumblr page is coming.
Yeah.
Our MySpace.
And go follow us on Etsy.
Yes. Well. Our Etsy shop. We sell personalized our messages.
Personalized
We're on
opinions.
Cameo. They're really expensive, though. It's so expensive to get Cameo from us.
We both hope you had a great Thanksgiving. We hope you ate a lot of food. By this time, it will already be a couple days after.
It will be Monday. Happy Monday. Sorry
Monday.
you're back at work.
Yes, and we are also back at work.
Yeah.
But
bummer.
Episode 30. I also just came back from Complex Con. And had a
exciting,
wonderful time over there. Missed you over there, bro.
I know. I wish I could have gone.
You were going to catch the next one. That's for sure.
That is for sure. I'm not missing that.
Yeah, no. And as you can see on our social media that, I put up a video already. Might have a couple up by this time. But a lot more stuff to come. A lot of interviews, a lot of sneakers that I saw over there, and a lot of up-and-coming artists that I met. So stay tuned for that.
Yes, keep your eye out. We're going to have some good stuff. He's showed me a lot of crazy stuff, so I'm super excited. Some really cool stuff, genuinely cool. If you're a big sneakerhead, this is EJ did good.
I can't wait to show you guys, man. In the coming days, we'll see. We'll show you. But episode 30, guys.
It's here.
We made it.
And we're going back a little bit. We're going to step away from the NBA talk just for an episode or two as we roll into the holiday seasons. Focus on some classic releases, at least for this week.
Everybody knows some of these pairs here that we're talking about.
We'll get into that, though.
Mm-hmm.
Starting off, we, of course, are going to do our new releases. Some of these came out about a week ago, but they're still looking pretty available and still decent prices on StockX, which is always nice.
Mm-hmm.
And starting us off, the Air Jordan 13.
Wheaties.
Put them on the Wheaties box.
Yes. I mean, I like the Wheats. I also like the 13. Just for my own personal collection, I probably wouldn't cop.
I'm not. I mean, we haven't done an in-depth conversation about a lot of these later Jordan releases.
That's true.
We're up to the 7.
Yeah.
As far as deep dives go, but this era is, I don't know. I feel like the 11 is obviously fantastic, but this is a little weak for me, the 13.
Mm-hmm. I mean, this is towards the end.
The wheat is a really nice colorway, though.
Yes. It is. I love that brown and obviously with the white. Not for me personally, but I love the 13. Obviously, this is the hugest or the biggest characteristic of the 13 is that whole side panel.
Yeah.
So, pretty shoe.
Pretty shoe.
Also, another one that I do see on the court because of the technology. It has kind of caught up to modern times. So you do see 13s on the court a lot in the park and in the gym and stuff like that.
I just think if you're trying to be stylish or whatever, to me, these of the pairs of Jordans we've looked at, I would say these are the ones that feel a little dated. More so than all the rest are timeless. You can tell they're probably from the 90s for the most part.
Yes, I hear what you're saying. Yeah.
But they're timeless to me. They still look very well executed. And these, I would be like, oh, those are from the 90s. Mm-hmm. you can pick it out.
But I mean, there is a famous. There are famous colorways of the 13. So the Flint 13 is a huge colorway. It's the black, gray, and white one. The Playoff 13, which or the last shot, you know what I mean, and all that. Those colorways are famous, but that's a good colorway, bro. And definitely, I think that came out just recently.
Just about a week ago. Yeah.
And on sneakers as well, and was sitting on the app also.
Yeah, they've been doing the last few Jordan retros they've been doing. It's been not just through sneakers, like the Jordan 5 we mentioned during last episode.
The navy?
Yeah, the navy. That was, it launched in sneakers, but was like day of on Nike, like general, you don't have to have a Nike account or anything.
Yeah.
And then same with this shoe and our next shoe as well.
Okay.
All available through sneakers, or if, you're looking for a gift and you don't have the sneakers app, they're available through Nike.com. So
yeah,
easily accessible. The 13s, they're out right now for $200 for the
pretty penny.
For the large size. They did do kiddo sizes as well, so those are a little bit cheaper. But as I mentioned, next shoe is also a Jordan retro, and it is one that we've talked about a little bit.
Ooh,
Jordan 4
you
Olive.
brought it out.
These are so nice, man.
Very nice.
These released a few weeks ago.
They look like a nug of weed.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
They're still pretty available. Their stock is going down a little bit on Nike.com through Nike, but StockX is still fair prices out there.
Yeah.
So
if depending on how
you
bad
really
you
want
it.
them, yeah.
Yes. And we said this last week. A really good time to buy shoes. The shoe market has dipped pretty good amount over the last few months or so. With Christmas coming up, it's a good time to buy shoes. Not too expensive, almost around retail really.
Yeah.
And for some really, really nice, good quality pairs.
Yeah.
Including this guy.
Yeah, super well executed, I feel like.
Oh,
yeah.
I love that they had maybe three different shades of green there.
Yeah.
But very similar, but then you change the materials on and alternate.
Yeah. Super nice.
And then obviously with a good touch of the black and the white. To me, the closest I'll ever get to like an undefeated 4, which is only 75 pairs or something like or so. So I might even throw. I told you that, right? I might throw orange laces on those.
Yeah, that would be
Yes.
sick. Yeah, that would be super sick. Super good look.
Damn, good pair, bro.
These are 210.
Yeah.
So a little bit higher in price. Again, full size run. They have the kid sizes and everything. Not as available as the 13s, just because they've been out a little bit longer. So it's mostly the smaller and super duper large sizes that are left.
15 and 16.
Yeah. Can I interest you in a size 18?
Jeez.
But yeah, super nice. Definitely something good color for the holiday season.
Yes,
If
that's true.
You are that.
Very good
interested.
Christmas party pair.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Definitely turn some heads at the office.
Oh yeah,
at the office party for sure. And then the next pair should be coming out in just 3 days or so. These were recently announced as kind of a return. These are the Puma and Fenty collab, Rihanna's brand.
Yes.
The Creepers Fatties. They're calling these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got the platform sole, as you can see, and I love another good signing, obviously with Puma, with Fenty, or the collaborations with Rihanna or whatever.
Yeah.
And they also haven't really been missing. I mean, with the Puma Clyde classic.
Yep.
So you can collab with that. And just, good colors.
Yeah.
For the ladies.
For pretty cool colorways, yeah. They had an original release in 2015, I think. Those original pairs are going for about $200.
Yeah.
So keep your eye out for these. I haven't announced a price yet, but definitely cool. I think simple and clean, but super nice.
Yeah. And I've always, the girls hardly ever miss. Like Beyonce has her own line, I believe. I think it's Reebok. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not certain.
But and then all these ladies that are getting their own Jordans and stuff like that, like Tiana Taylor, Billie Eilish, and all that stuff. So shout out to the ladies and shout out to Puma and Fenty for this one.
Yeah, those are
good ones.
3 I wanted to highlight. Super cool stuff. Keep it a little bit different, a little Jordan heavy this week. But
did you see those Ama Maniers coming out?
Yeah, those are nice.
Man,
those are really nice.
I might need to get that black one. I looked on StockX. My size is already 450.
Holy cow!
Man,
I didn't know they were doing a black pair too.
Dude, the black pair's hard. And then you saw the white with the black, with the blue. Oh, man.
Those are really
so nice.
Super nice. Those might be the best 5s they've done this year.
Seriously. No, easily, actually.
Yeah, there's some cool stuff
So
coming
those are
out
cool too, yeah.
that we'll highlight. I didn't realize you brought it up last week that the Dornbecker series is coming.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was like all the times we've talked about Dornbecker stuff, that's like a retail release. I just always assumed it was going to be like
special release,
special like giveaway, or
No, I mean they're just so highly coveted by the people that they become this whole entity after they're sold out, and it's like triple the price and all that. But also good for the hospital and for the kids too.
I'm sure we'll talk about them in more detail as we get closer.
Yeah.
Those are coming out like mid-December.
Yeah.
But the Jordan 3 looks super nice that they have in this series.
The drippy
the
ooze.
drip, it's like a monster look.
That might be the one I would go after when they come out.
Yeah, and I like the dunk too.
The dunk
the
is
floral
cool.
pattern dunk is super nice.
The kids, they're super
so
creative
cool.
and imaginative. So
cool.
Yeah, you gotta love that.
But now it's time for America's favorite game. It's been voted.
Yes.
Best segment.
I read it. US Weekly.
I read it in Us Weekly
Fact
too.
check.
And in
US Weekly.
I read it in both.
It's two separate magazines.
They're very different. Very
That's
distinct.
right. Don't worry about it. Where are the other ones from?
But it is that time. The cop or the drop. And this week, very special.
Cop or drop.
If we can get a theme song.
Yeah, see?
I need a soundboard where I can hit sound effects.
Yeah, and then it comes out. Yeah, that'd be tight. That would be cool. We need a soundboard. We'll get that.
Very special copper drop as we had our first suggestion through the last video. We got a comment from Will803. Shout out, Will. Thank you very much for the suggestion. Mm-hmm. And anyone else, if you guys want to see a copper drop, let us know. But
we read all our comments, all our messages. We will listen to you guys and do our best to put it on an episode. So don't be afraid.
Yep. And very timely copper drop, I think. These are good. Thanksgiving just passed, but these are a good like fall shoe battle, I think, that Will picked out for us. And technically it's still fall until the 21st or something like that.
Yeah.
So we have this week the Nike Dunk Low Dusty Olive up against the Nike Dunk Low Cider.
Yes. Okay.
Cool pairs.
Yes. So this dunk right here, Dusty Olive, is also a part of a pack called the Ugly Duckling pack. There's a pair that's like, it's called the Veneer. There's I'm sorry, I'm gonna miss the other two names, but there's three of them total, and then this was a 4th edition to that. All just have funky colors. Oh, like a plum colorway, which is like a red and purple. All to me are classic shoes. To me, that is a beautiful colorway. I love the orange and the green and the brown. The Ciders, I can't really, I don't know. I'm not really too much of a fan of the orange here and just that color combo. So I'm gonna have to cop the Dusty Olive and drop the Cider.
Well, we have, this is your segment. You're the master, so your word is final. But I would cop. I think the Ciders.
You like the Ciders?
First
that's cool too.
Disagreement. I get what you mean. I do kind of wish. I don't know. Especially if they're gonna be the Ciders, I feel like you should have maybe some more like dark yellow or something. But yeah, I do. I agree that the black and orange, it's in that just light hint of purple, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not the most cohesive, I think, but
exactly.
I still kind of prefer it a little bit over the Dusty Olive. Just I don't like the brown on it. I think that's really what does it for me.
Yeah.
I like the orange and green look really good together. But,
yeah, for sure. Almost like a Michelangelo low or something. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But yeah, the Ciders, I like them. I feel like they could be a cool Halloween pair. And I think if you threw maybe the purple to match the back tab on the laces, that might be cool.
Yes.
I think that would be a cool addition.
I also think maybe if you rearrange the panels with the colors a little bit, it could definitely will be better. Not a bad shoe, just not in my personal style, I guess. But Both good pairs, bro. Nicely done.
Yeah.
To Will.
Yeah. And not me. Yeah. Can't thank me for this one.
Thank you, Will, for that suggestion.
But yeah, cool. Definitely, I feel like they're both good pairs for fall. They have a fall
Oh yeah,
feel
definitely.
to them for sure. So the Dusty Olives, if I'm not mistaken, they released in 2021, but they also did a release this year.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken.
And there's also a Dusty Olive Air Max 1 with a almost the exact same colorway as that. So they almost like they just threw it on another shoe too.
Yeah, because I think these released just a month or two ago, and they sold out pretty quickly. I mean, all the Dunks are selling out like crazy.
This was a huge colorway that a lot of sneakerheads loved.
The Ciders, they released, just to round it out, in spring of 2022, yes. I saw. And right now, the Dusty Olives, roughly $150 on StockX for a size 10.
Yeah.
And the Ciders are about $140, so pretty even.
Yeah. And that price tells me that people are buying it.
Yeah, it's definitely higher than retail.
Exactly,
sure.
Because I'm guessing it's like 110, and if you were to go on StockX, you're gonna spend a little bit over.
Yeah, for sure. But thanks again to Will.
Shout out Will.
Like we said,
good suggestion.
If you guys have any other suggestions for us, please let us know in the comments, and we'll be sure to get to them as soon as we can.
Yeah, thank you guys.
And now on to the main event, the shoe my mainest man over here wanted to highlight.
The hunt for
Kanye.
Where'd he go?
Where's that guy?
Where is that man?
Yes. The Nike Air Yeezy 2 Red Octobers are today's topic.
Yes.
Kind of continuing, last week we had a few hypebeast shoes, and this definitely is at the tippity top of the list.
Is maybe number one, honestly.
I mean, you can see why pretty much right away. Like, it's very, I mean, say what you will, Kanye can design.
He is amazing designer with shoes.
I personally don't like Adidas, pretty much any of the Adidas Yeezys.
I don't either.
That whole kind of booty design, like, I'm just not a fan.
Sock.
I'm just,
it's more of like a sock instead of a shoe.
I'm not really just a fan of that. I get the hype behind it, but
I mean, he has a basketball shoe too, and and all that.
Yes.
I was more of I like more of his Nike models.
Yeah.
But,
which there was only two, right? I mean, two, like there was a
of this
or just of Kanye's with Nike in general, right? Wasn't it just the Nike Air Kanye?
There's the Yeezy 1 and then the Yeezy 2, which is this one, but then he came out with two other colorways.
But only two models,
kind of the same
right?
Model, technically, I mean, when College Dropout came out, he had, which a lot of people don't know, is an Air Max 180 with the bear in the front.
Oh, that's
and
sick.
That pair is owned by just a handful of people.
Yeah.
So
that's super dope.
Yeah, like I said, with Nike, all his Nike models, I think he killed it. This one, I mean, we probably won't be able to touch on every story about this because, I mean, there's so much to unpack. Yeah. But obviously, this was one of the first shoes that they used the raffle system for.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
One of the first, because people were still lining up at the malls and all that, getting in fights and fighting for the raffle tickets and all that. And they had to do something because people were getting injured and all over the world. So they raffle system. You get picked a name, then you come in and get your pair, and made it a lot easier, less violent. This was debuted in May 18, 2013 on SNL.
Oh, that's when he debuted them.
He debuted them right before SNL went on air. Kim K posted a picture of just like this part, like the bottom, the sole.
Okay.
And the cover of Yeezus, the album.
Yeah.
And then he performed it while he performed the Black Skinhead.
Okay.
And
I actually remember watching that, and I remember being like, what is happening?
Yeah. No, seriously. And
it wasn't even bad. I was just like, this is what Kanye does now?
Yeah.
I was like,
totally different sound.
What?
Yeah. It caught everybody off guard, right?
Yo, for sure.
For sure. And all his circle of friends, like famous designer Don C, rapper Mano, all got a pair, started posting this, and somehow came out like all these different dates. when it's gonna come out. Oh, it's coming out June this, July this.
Some things never change.
Yeah, they're doing Charlie and the Chocolate Factory raffle where you get a ticket if you open up a pair or an album of Yeezus and blah 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 and all this stuff. And Nike had to come out and say none of that is real. It's coming out in a couple months, which ended up coming out in November. Oh no, sorry, in June of the next year.
Okay. Dang.
Yeah. So
had to wait a year for these.
So so much controversy around it, and then obviously all the stars are wearing it, and yeah, dude, he wore it during his first leg of the Yeezus tour, as well, and this was also his last shoe with Nike.
Yeah.
And then on November 25th of 2013, he announced his partnership with Adidas, which was not far from when this released.
Which I was reading about that a little bit earlier today, and Fuse, I was reading an article from them. They reported that he was having a money disagreement with Nike. That's pretty much, money makes the world go around. Mm-hmm. He wanted royalties for this shoe in particular, the Yeezy 2, and they were like, we only give royalties to athletes. Like, you're not eligible, essentially. And
right.
That was the main disagreement, but they did have a quote where I'm like, this is kind of sick. He's, they said, you're not an athlete. And I guess his response was, I go to the Garden and play one on no one.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, like
I'm the guy.
I'm the guy they come for. I sell out the Garden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of true. Also, there was also that whole they didn't even give him they didn't want to give him full ownership of the designing over a shoe and a line if we were to have one, which is what Adidas pitched to him, saying, "Oh, you're gonna get full reins of everything," which is another huge reason why he went over there too.
Yeah, and that was kind of a big deal when they started severing ties with him after his rant, I guess, last year. I kind of remember hearing well, can someone else? He reportedly, I think, had a meeting with Skechers, or he demanded.
That's right.
He demanded a meeting with Skechers, and
yeah.
there was a whole thing of well, can he keep selling the same silhouette and models instead? So, but just now instead of Adidas Yeezy, it's Skechers Yeezy, and I don't remember what actually came. I mean, obviously he didn't have a meeting with Skechers apparently, but I don't know what ended up coming out of that legally. Like you said, if he owns the design, I would imagine that Adidas, even if they gave him full control, I would imagine Adidas still owns the design.
Yeah.
Hence why they're selling out all they're trying to sell, or they were trying to sell all the rest of their back stock.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I didn't know all that hype around the release too. Kanye definitely knows how to sell stuff. That's for sure.
And and then the release of the shoe came out. This site called The Fancy that sells a bunch of really cool stuff had a full size run of these DS for $10K each pair. That's how much they were selling though. And this was right after it came out.
Do you know how much these ended up retailing for?
So these retail. So
I didn't see it.
Has a special box. It's a red box, and it has a dust bag, which is pretty cool.
That's nice.
For $240, and they had on Kanye's website at the time they raffled off 50 pairs. And
50.
That's it. And then it came out on the Nike website at the time as for a raffle. So you had to get really lucky to. That was another rumor, was that they're only making 1,000 pairs, which was not true.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look up how much the October is right now.
Oh, I have it.
Oh, you have it? Okay, yeah. How much? Okay.
It really depends on the site, but general. I checked. I just when I was looking up photos, it pops up with you can get them on Goat, get them on StockX.
Yeah.
The general price range was give or take a few thousand, around 15,000. Can you imagine if you bought these for $240?
Yeah.
If you hit
Yes.
on that? I mean, I would be hard pressed to sell these just because they are really nice. I've got another look here.
Yeah.
Granted, now with everything going on with Kanye, you'd probably be more inclined to sell them, but like these are just a really nice looking shoe.
Gorgeous shoe,
there is
man.
Not a lot of like. I mean, as far as hype, it seems like one of the biggest shoes in recent history for Nike.
Oh, for
I don't
sure.
know
For
how
sure.
you feel about it, but
No, for sure. Easily. A top 10.
15
Easily.
grand on some of these sites.
15 grand, dude. That even seems kind of low. I was going to say 20.
There was, I think
know?
I saw some for 18 grand.
Yeah.
I'm sure someone
Depending on
eBay
condition.
is selling them for 20.
Yeah. I mean, because even used pairs go for 8 to 9K.
Yeah,
Like, which is
yeah.
crazy. My story, which isn't really my story, but one of my
We'll say it is.
one of my friends, out of all my sneakerhead friends and me, one friend was the only one that actually entered the raffle. Oh, there was maybe like 3 friends that entered the raffle, but this one friend got the notification a couple hours later that he won. So he was the only person that we all knew that won it for obviously $240, and all of us were tripping out because we're all huge sneaker guys.
yeah.
Like, how the hell do you get a Yeezy? Couple years down the line, he's like, I need a new car. His car is dying.
Yeah.
All this stuff. Sold it for $9K.
Oh
Got a new
my
car,
God.
man. So I mean,
That's crazy.
the sneaker game can really change some things in terms of winning certain shoes and the value of it.
Such a
You know what I'm
crazy
saying?
investment. Like,
Yeah.
That's nuts.
And if he waited
Really
another
sick.
10 years, he probably would have got another 9K for it.
He would have got 2 cars.
Yes. So shout out that guy.
Shout out that person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so pretty cool. And believe it or not, these have been worn on the NBA court.
And for a fact that's a flex, dude. Like, super flex.
They don't particularly look like the most comfortable to play basketball in.
Not to play basketball, for sure not.
I really can only find one player that actually played in a game. You sent me another guy that we'll close with that wore them, which was
You
pretty
might know.
crazy.
Yeah.
I saw a picture of Kendrick Lamar wearing them from like back in the day. Still when he had his like short kind of buzz cut almost. So you could tell it was a while ago.
I think the Biebs wore it during a celebrity game.
Probably.
I
that
think
would've been a good one,
Nick Young
fine.
too.
So I don't think Nick Young, I don't know that he wore these, but I know in our first game we have the day before Nick Young announced his partnership with Adidas and specifically Yeezys. And that was 2015.
That's right. I forgot about that.
So that was kind of funny that Nick Young was an official Yeezy
Yeah.
athlete.
The only one.
But of course, if anyone is going to wear these, it is the one and only
The king.
PJ Tucker.
The king.
There he is. Who's that behind him?
Brandon Knight.
Brandon Knight, yes.
And behind him, Al Farouk.
Al Farouk Aminu, yes.
Acids.
But yeah, there's of course it had to be PJ.
Oh yeah, I mean, who else is gonna wear a crazy shoe like that?
A shoe that maybe.
And believe it or not, to him, that's not a crazy shoe.
That's
out of all the stuff he has.
I mean, in fairness, the value of that shoe is actually probably comparable to how much he got paid for that one game.
That's true.
Like it's
Exactly.
close, which is nuts to even say that a shoe is as valuable as one day of an NBA player.
Of work, yeah.
Suns versus Blazers in Phoenix, December 11th, 2015. So a few months after the release. Suns lost 96-106. PJ had 2 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and a block with 1 foul on 1 of 3 shooting. A rookie by the name of Devin
Bucher.
Devin Magaziner? I'm not sure. Yours is better than mine.
Devin Novelo.
Devin Novella. D-Book as a rookie, and I think it was probably like his 20th game, something like that. 8 points off the bench on 3 of 4 shooting in 22 minutes or so.
Baby fat Booker.
Oh yeah,
Right?
he was
Yeah.
Um,
But he is him.
he is the guy.
But we ain't double teaming in practice. Yeah, we are.
Have you seen? He's got a new ad
Yeah,
where he gets quadruple teamed. Then I think
then
we
he
were
goes,
talking about it, and I was kind of like,
yeah,
brother.
Oh, brother. Get out of here, man.
This guy stinks.
You bum.
Bledsoe had 31 points, game high.
Man,
I
I used to love that guy so much.
He has one of my favorite NBA moments of all time.
Which one?
When a few games into the Suns' like 2017, 2018 season, they stink. They're awful.
Yeah.
Everyone knows they're going to be terrible.
Uh-huh.
He tweets, "I don't want to be here."
Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's right.
The NBA fines him for, I guess, tampering, I guess.
Yeah.
And he says, "No, I was at my barber's and I didn't want to be there anymore." Yeah, okay, dude.
Okay.
And then he got traded to the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
So funny.
And I mean, he was really good for a good amount of time.
When he left the Clippers,
Yeah.
I think for that Suns team, people were like, "Watch out for this guy."
Mm-hmm.
Pretty funny. A name that I just, I was like, well, that's interesting. Alan Crabb for the Blazers.
Wow.
Good name, right?
Forgot about him.
18 points off the bench for the Blazers. He was one of those guys. There was like
Alan Crabb.
a period of time where the Nets were just paying players an absurd amount of money so that their team they were coming from had to match and be in a worse spot or lose the player.
Offer sheet.
He was one of those guys. Yeah, he was a restricted free agent. They paid him a bunch of money to just mess with the Blazers.
And he stayed there.
This was post KG and Joe Johnson and Paul Pierce era where they gave all their picks
Brooklyn?
to the Celtics. Yeah, and they were terrible. So they were just like, well, we'll just mess with other teams. I guess.
Yeah.
What was that guy's name on the Heat? Number 31. He was a point guard.
Oh, come on, wait. I want to get it.
They did the same thing to him. They gave
Norris Cole.
No. He was. Oh, this is why I was getting confused. He's another Tyler Johnson.
Oh,
They paid him. They offered him
right.
a ridiculous amount of money, and then the Heat matched. And I honestly don't know what happened to that dude after that.
Dude, and he was okay too. He was a Sun.
Was he a Sun?
Yes, he was.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I only know that because of fantasy basketball.
You are 100% correct. He got
Yes.
traded to Phoenix. I think in the Goran Dragic deal, and then the next year got traded to Brooklyn. Brooklyn finally got their guy, and then he ended his career in San Antonio. So that's pretty interesting. Was he traded? He was traded by the Miami Heat with Wayne Ellington to the Suns for just Ryan Anderson.
What a
Yikes.
trade.
Yikes.
I met Ryan Anderson this year.
Oh, really? That's cool. He was pretty good.
So random.
The Rhino.
Yeah, the Rhino. Yeah, he was at. I won tickets to a golf tournament, the Genesis, at the Riviera, and this really really tall dude was walking next to me, and I go,
Matt Bonner.
No, it was close. No, it was Ryan Anderson, and then
That's cool.
and he kept going, because I kept going, oh shit, that's him, and then we were watching a guy tee off, and it was and then another guy passed by me. It was what's his name? Holy crap, I can't think of it.
Zaza Pachulia.
No, Rockets.
Alperen Sengun.
No, older Rockets, like near like the
Tina Mobley.
white guy.
Oh, Steve Novak.
No,
Not Ryan Anderson?
Not Ryan Anderson.
He played for the Rockets.
No, he was there too. Yeah, he was there too. It was
Omer
him.
Osik.
They were together actually. No. You had that story with Kobe where he took him to the club.
Oh, yeah. The guy from the Grizz
How do I
and the
not
Mavericks.
know his name? It's pissing me
The
off.
Mavericks paid him. Chandler Parsons.
Chandler Parsons. Sorry, Chandler Parsons. Yes. I gave
That's
him a
dope.
fist bump. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, so random.
I've got a few more games here.
Okay.
By guess who?
That were this
Yes,
shoe?
that were the Red
Lou
October.
Williams.
That's a good guess. I can only find one guy. This guy, PJ Tucker.
Oh, PJ.
I couldn't find anything else. I found DeMar had a
Practicing.
Kobe 9 PE
Uh-huh.
that was Red October inspired, and by that, it
that's
was
cool.
just all red.
Yeah.
He wore that against the Bulls
Mm-hmm.
when he was on the Raptors, so pretty fitting. That's the only other one I could really find. Like,
Yeah, it was. I know more players wore it because they all try to.
it was too hype. Yeah.
It was so high. They were all trying to.
All the
flex
guys
it.
you're listing make sense.
Yeah.
Nick Young, Lou Will.
Yeah,
they all
sure.
make sense. They're
Yeah.
all guys that.
Definitely
two
wear
girlfriends
it.
like Lou Will.
Yeah, lemon pepper.
Lemon Pepper Lou, baby. Super hard photo.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Patterson back there.
Also didn't know he was number 2 on the Raptors.
You know, he had 2 stints with the Raptors.
That's right.
Which is kind of weird. It was like, I think he was on the Raptors and then he spent like 6 years overseas. It would be super interesting to like
Really?
have a sit down conversation with PJ Tucker.
PJ, please come on, man.
Yeah, he started his career with the Raptors. He was drafted by them in the second round of the 2006 NBA draft.
Wow.
Played 17 games with them off the bench, only averaged 5 minutes, and then he bounced around all of Europe. He played in the Israeli league, the Ukrainian league, the Greek and Italian leagues,
Interesting.
and the German leagues before finally being signed by the Suns after the lockout in 2012. The following season, though, the 2012-2013 season. So he has
It's good to know. I didn't know he was in
interesting
overseas.
career. Yeah. First go around with the Raptors, he wore number 1. So I guess fitting that he wore number 2.
2. Second time.
Second time.
Around.
Yeah. First team in the NBA, you wear number 1. Second time with that same team, you wear number 2.
Next time, 17.
17. Although he had that weird year. I have a picture of it coming up, actually. He had that weird year in Houston where his first year he wore 4 instead of 17.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
That was the other one,
He's been 17 since. But yes, this was in the Eastern Conference semifinals of 2017, May 1st.
Okay.
Raps in Cleveland. They lost 105-116.
Mm-hmm.
This was the middle of the...
Off the backboard.
Oh,
LeBron?
I think it was that series. This was the middle of LeBronto when
Oh boy.
3.
Yeah.
So, God, devastating for the Raptors.
Mm-hmm.
It forced DeMar DeRozan to be traded.
Mm-hmm.
3 years in a row, Raps match up with LeBron and the Cavs in the playoffs, and they lose every time. The first time they lost 4-2. That's respectable. Swept here, and then swept in the conference finals the next year. I'm pretty sure. I think it was the conference finals.
A couple of those games were close.
Yeah, and LeBron, and one of the, I don't honestly remember which series it is. He has that just insane. No, the next year was the semis as well.
Yeah.
But he has the one you're talking about.
Off the
just
back,
1 foot
on the baseline.
Yeah.
That was an insane
He
shot.
just got anything he wanted against Toronto. It was devastating. Hence the LeBronto nickname.
I could not imagine being a member of the, or even being a fan.
I mean, they got their payback. You know,
That's true.
They won
also.
in 2019. They did not play the Cavs because LeBron came to LA.
Lakers. Yeah.
But still, championship is nice consolation prize.
Exactly,
For
I'll
letting
take
LeBron
it.
Beat you up for 3
Any
years
day,
in
yeah.
a row. PJ had a great game. 13 points, 11 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block, 1 turnover, 2 fouls on 6 of 11 shooting, and this was in 25 minutes off the bench. PJ Tucker, copycat, DeMar Carroll was their starter. Very similar play styles, those two. Even though, to me, in my head, DeMar Carroll and Jay Crowder could be the same person. Yeah.
And DeMar Carroll is also now a assistant for the Los Angeles Lakers, which tripped me out.
Very odd.
It's
I mean,
so
I
weird.
guess I get it. Like, if you're a player, you want to be an assistant in Miami or LA.
Yeah, exactly.
Lowry had 20 points and 11 assists. Great game, which was at the time, I checked, the 4th most assist for a Raptor player in the playoff game. It's now tied for 6th most assists in a playoff game. LeBron
Cool stat.
went crazy as usual. 35 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists. Kyrie Irving had 24 points and 10 assists with 2 steals.
Sheesh.
And this is the craziest thing, I think. He was plus 32 for that game, meaning when he was on the floor, the Cavaliers outscored the Raptors by 32 points. That is crazy. Obviously,
So they should play him.
it was a close-ish game. They won by 11.
Yeah.
But so the bench obviously had some troubles, but man, plus 32?
That's insane.
That is nuts. And then one more time for PJ, he decided to lace him up on the Rockets
There you go.
in his number 4 era.
Mm-hmm.
Half of that crowd is not even paying attention.
They are on that side.
These two guys are like, so anyways,
Oh, honey.
this is our vacation.
Yeah, that looks like a nice grill.
It's this kind of grill. This was against PJ's current team, the Clippers.
Okay.
This was March 15th, 2018. Rockets scored 101 points to win against the Clips 96. And PJ had a PJ Tucker game. 3 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal,
Sounds about right.
a turnover, and 2 fouls on 1 of 7 shooting. Capella had 19 points and 12 rebounds. Harden had 24 points and 5 rebounds with 7 assists. And then Tobias Harris on that very odd Clippers team
Yes.
had a game high 29 points and 8 rebounds.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty fun. I think this is maybe... I actually think they look better with the Raptors jersey. Just to
because
go back.
It's a lot of red.
And it stands out really nice against the black with that red accent.
It definitely looks the best with that. That's for damn sure.
I feel like the Raps have moved, and their in-season tournament jerseys suggest this. They've moved more towards the gold, which has been like an accent before.
That's a Drake influence for sure. For the OVO thing.
I like just the black and red.
Yeah.
The gold is a nice touch, but I don't like it as like the second color.
I don't like
Keep
it.
that
It's
red.
too dominating.
Yeah.
Especially when there's a lot of it.
I think I'm okay that they kind of moved away from purple. I still like those purple jerseys, but
Yeah.
these
Black
are
and red,
super good Raptors
yeah,
jersey.
and then I like the claw logo.
Yeah.
That they had. Yeah. Which is
Do you
pretty cool.
remember in like 2013, they had, I don't know why, they had this weird thing on the baseline under their baskets where it said Raptors.
But it looked like a stanchion.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to trick you, kind of, right?
So you could read it from like, if you're watching the game from your TV. I was like, but I know I'm watching the Raptors.
You don't have to tell me
I don't
that.
know, really weird.
Yeah.
And then one more you sent me, not in a game, so I don't have any stats, but the King laced them up.
Yeah.
This was during practice during the 2014 NBA Finals. So these had not yet released to the... Or no, they had just released to the public. So LeBron probably got a hookup, though.
Oh, for sure. Him and Kanye were friends. But also, I remember this moment, too, because it was almost like Bron knew the media was going to be there.
Yeah.
So he threw those on. I was like, oh, you know what he's doing.
I love this. I pulled up an article from Complex at the time that was talking about LeBron wearing these, and he wore them during an interview he did after practice too.
Yeah.
And it was like, this is literally the quote before the article ends. Will LeBron lace these up during the finals? Not a chance.
Not a chance.
No.
If he's a smart man, he would not.
He will not.
No.
But pretty cool photo. These would also go super hard on a Heat jersey.
Oh, easily.
I wonder if PJ... I didn't find anything, but if PJ wore them during his time on the Heat, that'd be
I would
sick.
not be surprised if he did, for sure. Even at least at practice.
But that's that.
Yeah.
Very cool shoe. Thank you for picking this one, because I had definitely heard of the Red Octobers, but I did not know.
I wanted us to go crazy.
The craziness.
On a crazy pair. And that's a really huge pair. Influential in the sneaker world.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
clearly.
it really, and for Kanye, and we all know where he is now.
So, well, actually, we don't.
We don't. That's actually true.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I heard, or I saw like a video like reviewing Kanye's new song, and it was from the Needle Drop on YouTube, Anthony Fantano, who's very notable.
Yeah.
But I checked Spotify and didn't see anything.
Nothing?
I'm not particularly interested in Kanye's music after his last album, last 2 albums. I mean, Donda was fine, but I didn't love it. But
yeah, he has some stuff that
I don't know if he actually officially released some new song.
I
haven't heard anything.
Yeah.
Maybe he was reacting to those leaks that we've been personally sending back and forth with. Who's the other guy on?
with Ty.
With Ty Dolla $ign.
Yes, because supposedly that new album that's coming out is gonna have a lot of Ty Dolla $ign in it, which I'm cool with. West Side guy, You know what I mean? So
We're cool with West Side Guy.
West Side Guy, no relation to West Side Gun.
Skirt-a-dirt-a-dirt. That's his sound effect.
That's his sound effect?
Yeah.
His
West
tagline?
Side, West Side Guy.
West Side Guy. The West Side Guy.
Hello there. I'm from Culver City.
Culver. Well, that was a great episode.
That was fun.
Yeah.
That was a cool one. Especially because it's just like, you know, I feel like we've been talking about
It's like
more hype release shoes, but to actually combine it with kind of our more traditional format of picking one shoe.
Yeah.
To actually have it, even though we could only find PJ.
Yeah, it was cool to kind of go back.
Sick to see it on the court. It was fun to do back to the old form and kind of combine it with the new format.
Yeah,
So,
actually really fun.
Very fun.
Yeah, like I said, I wanted to choose a really hype shoe, and that is the father of
that
hype.
is the hypest
The father
shoe.
of hype.
Yeah, cool. It's just funny, like how you talked about the release. Kanye just knows how to roll out anything. Like, but for better or for worse, you know, if Kanye is gonna put out an album, he's gonna go to Twitter and say some crazy stuff.
And get the world talking about him.
I mean,
and when the world is talking about him, drop the album.
he can sell.
Smart man.
He can sell it.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
And then and what way to, you know, show it for the first time ever, but on national TV, SNL, crazy dude. Really cool.
Super nuts.
Not everybody can do that.
Thank you for spending some time with us again on this wonderful Monday. Happy holidays. Continuing, it's the holiday season.
We are now in
season.
it's beginning to look a lot like episode 31. No, but
That's right.
We will be in Christmas mode now. So.
Christmas mode. Some of you might be in Hanukkah mode, maybe even Kwanzaa mode.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Rosh Hashanah.
Rosh Hashanah? I think that already happened.
That already passed. Sorry.
New Year's mode. Maybe some
New
of you
Year's mode.
just are looking forward to 2024.
New year, new us.
Except
But
for me.
it's gonna be the same us.
New year, new us, except this year we stay the same.
That's right. But thanks guys for watching episode 30. We will catch you next week. Stay tuned for lots of cool content on our social medias, and see you next Monday.
But now it's time. Oh, sneak preview.
Okay,
Pretend you didn't see
cut
that.
that.